So today we are going to discuss regarding the nature of management. Almost we have completed the very first chapter, but one of the topic was pending, and I assured you that in the last discussion I will discuss regarding this point, nature and nature of management. Well, students, so when we talk about the management, we have already discussed that it is an art of getting the work done through others. But in the context of management, so far the nature is concerned, its feature is concerned, is categorized as an art, as a science, and as a profession. According to different authors, different specialists, different intellects, management has been categorized differently. Basically, some authors regard management as a science because there are well tested and experimented principles of management. If I ask you a very simple and common question that what is science, so you can simply answer me because it is already taught to you in class 4th and 5th. That science is a systematic body of knowledge. Science is a systematic body of knowledge in which repeated experiments are conducted, repeated observations are made, and on the basis of this repeated experiments and deep observation, regular observation, conclusions are drawn. And these conclusions are implemented in the form of principles, in the form of theories, in the form of statements, in the form of laws, you can say, in the field of science, which is implemented worldwide, which is implemented throughout the world, and everyone follows that. So we can say that in the same way, management is also a well-tested and experimented principle. The principles which comes into existence, we have already discussed in the beginning of this chapter that the principles which comes into existence in the field of management, which helps the organization to implement these principles time to time, to bring success to the organization, to let the work be done smoothly, consistently, on the basis of deep observation and repeated experiments. These principles are not layman's statement. These principles do not come haphazardly. Rather, these principles are based on deep observations and repeated experiments. So management, yes, sir. So management so far is a well-tested and experimented activity, experimented. Don't talk, my dear. Who's there? Don't talk. Listen to me sincerely. Keep your textbook, NCERT book with you so that you can follow what I am saying. You can understand what I want to mean. So here, the authors have given different statements, and on the basis of these statements given by different authors, management is considered to be science. Why? Because it is based on well-tested experiments, repeated observations, thorough studies, thorough analysis, and these principles are implemented. These principles comes into existence. So some authors also describe that management is an art. Why it is considered to be an art? It is considered to be an art because management needs a regular practice. More practice is required in management. And some of the authors consider that management is going towards the path of the profession also. This means it is considered sometimes to be science, it is considered sometimes to be art, it is also considered sometimes to be a profession. So if we have to conclude whether the management is an art, is a science, or is a profession, then we have to understand the feature, understand the meaning of the term science, of the term art, and the term profession. We have to compare this art, science, and profession with each other. Then only we can understand, and we will come to an end, and we can conclude that actually what management is. Management is science, management is art, or it is considered to be a profession. So now let us begin our discussion sequentially. Firstly, we will begin with management as a science.
Excuse me, sir.
Any question?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, tell.
नो सर, आदित्य चौबे को बोलिए कि वो अपना माइक म्यूट करे, उनकी आवाज इधर तक आ रही है, फिर डिस्टर्ब हो रहा है.
Aditya Chaube, please unmute yourself. Sorry, mute yourself. Otherwise, I will disconnect you right from here. You cannot be in further classes. Don't create disturbances in classroom. Mind it, you are on a live media. And if you have any problem, you can communicate with me. I don't think further instruction is required to you. Well, thank you. Now let us continue our lecture, continue our discussion regarding the first point, that is management as science. So when we talk about science, let me repeat once again that science can be defined as a systematic body of knowledge, as an organized body of knowledge which are based on logical operations, which are based on logical findings, observations, facts, and events. So when we go through different type of information, facts, when we observe and analyze the thing with in-depthness continuously, then we come to a collection of informations, come to a conclusion, and these conclusions, these information that come to us by well testing the conditions and situations and understanding these situations is considered to be science. So science is a systematic body of knowledge. Science is an organized body of knowledge. So here the science comprises of exact principles, exact laws, exact statements, exact theses, which can be verified and it can establish the cause and effect relations. If you are going to combine hydrogen with oxygen in a proper ratio, of course, water is going to be formed. It is not going to create something else. So it is observed, it is well tested. So information is very concrete and it has become a concrete statement, absolute statement. It is not going to be changed in any condition, whether we are going to combine this hydrogen and oxygen in India, in Balia district, or in Los Angeles, America, wherever we are going to do this thing, either we are going to Antarctica, there also the conclusion will be same. So I want to say that science is exact in nature. It is having a collection of exact principles which can be verified, which can be tested, well tested, and it on the basis of the causes, on the basis of the effect relation. So now let us go in depth that what are the main characteristics, what are the nature or what are the main features of the science. किसको हम साइंस कहेंगे? क्या हापाजार्डली हम किसी को भी साइंस कह देंगे? नहीं. मैनेजमेंट को अगर साइंस कहना है तो इसमें साइंस के सारे फीचर्स होने चाहिए. तो ऑथर्स का कहना है कि इसमें सारे फीचर्स अवेलेबल हैं. तो क्या है वो फीचर्स? व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट फीचर्स that are inherited, that are present in management so that it is considered to be a science. So now the first point in the feature of science is it is a systematic body of knowledge. तो हम जब कहते हैं कि systematic body of knowledge है, इससे क्या समझते हैं? What do you mean? Basically, in science, organized and systematic study of materials is available, which is used to acquire the knowledge of science. So like science, in management also, there is availability of systematic and well-organized study materials. When we talk about science, we have to go through different type of books, different type of theories, different type of conceptions. We have to go through a systematic study. Then only we can become aware about the informations in a systematic way. The same way, management is not a layman's statement or layman's conception. Rather, we have to go through the knowledge, we have to go through the management theories in a very sequential manner, in a systematic manner. For example, now you are studying in intermediate, you are going to know about the management system at a very minimum amount. Later on, you will go in graduation, you will pursue BCom or some other management theories. Sumit Gupta, please mute yourself. Now, other than this, you will pursue MBA, then you will go for some higher educations. So as you go on pursuing and taking these higher educations one after another, a time comes, a position comes where you already have acquired all the knowledge in the field of management. So it is what? It is a systematic sequence which is to be followed to get the informations, to collect the informations. So same as in science, management also have a systematic body of knowledge, well-organized body of knowledge. So this means that this feature of science, systematic study of knowledge or systematic body of knowledge, well-organized body of knowledge is also present in management. So that management is considered to be a science. So the second point, scientific principles are basically derived on the basis of logical and scientific observation. हमें पता है कि कोई भी scientific principles को derive करने में बहुत experiments लगे हैं, बहुत सारे observations conduct किए गए हैं, एक systematic, thorough study और repeated observations, uncountable number of experiments conduct किए गए हैं, उसके बाद जब एक ही conclusion derive होता है, तो हम उस स्टेटमेंट को प्रिंसिपल के रूप में या लॉ के रूप में या थ्रीसिस के रूप में या थ्योरी के रूप में पढ़ते हैं और उसको फॉलो करते हैं, जैसे लॉ ऑफ ग्रेविटेशन, न्यूटन्स लॉ ऑफ मोशन। ऐसे हम बहुत सारे थ्योरीज के बारे में पढ़ते हैं, लॉज के बारे में पढ़ते हैं, कंसेप्शंस के बारे में पढ़ते हैं इन साइंस। सेम वे हम जब यहाँ बात करते हैं मैनेजमेंट की, तो मैनेजमेंट में भी कुछ ऐसा ही है, लेकिन देखते हैं कैसे होता है, कैसे हम इसको कह रहे हैं कि इसके प्रिंसिपल्स भी ऑब्जर्वेशन बेस्ड है, रिपीटेड एक्सपेरिमेंट बेस्ड है, देखा है। So the scientists basically perform logical observations before deriving any principle, any law, any thesis or any theory in the field of science. So they are very objective, they are very intentional while doing the observations. बहुत ही goal oriented होते हैं, focused होते हैं, एक पर्टिकुलर डायरेक्शन में कंक्लूजन को ड्रॉ करने के लिए साइंटिस्ट रिपीटेड एक्सपेरिमेंट्स कंडक्ट करते हैं। और एंड if you talk about the managers are also going to observe the organization, they are going to observe the employees on a repeated basis. So managers are not going to just mix the chemicals in one element with another, or they are not going to generate any new product, rather we are going to handle the human resources. वो किसको हैंडल कर रहे हैं? ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेज को हैंडल कर रहे हैं, ह्यूमन बीइंग्स को हैंडल कर रहे हैं। So now the question arises that when they are handling the human being, how can they handle the human beings? They have to repeatedly observe the human beings and their behavior. They have to understand their logic, they have to understand their activities, they have to understand their perception, what is going in the mind, why the employees are frequently just effective or ineffective, efficient you can say, or inefficient. So here also in the same as in science, the managers have to conduct repeated observations, they have to go through logical operations, they have to go through logical phenomena, and they have to understand the situation, understand the reason behind the efficiency or inefficiency of the employees. So we can say that it is somehow similar or exactly similar as science, as scientific principles are derived on the basis of logical operations and scientific observations. The same way management principles are also applied or comes into existence on the basis of repeated experiments and frequent observations done by the managers over the human beings, over the employees, over the subordinates. So it also possesses the same feature of science. So it is considered to be as a science. I mean, management is considered to be as a science. Now let us see the third. Experiments are conducted. When gravitation law came into existence, or Newton's law came into existence, it was not the mere statement of Newton or someone else that is being followed blindly just by the entire world. No, we are studying, we are implementing, we are adopting these laws, these theories on the basis of repeated experiments. On the basis of repeated experiments. Anam Fatima, unmute yourself. Now, these principles of science are based on repeated experiments. The same way, the management principles are also based on repeated experiments. Now you see, if you are going to, I told that combine two different elements in a proper ratio, then a resultant, a product is going to be generated. We took the example of water. Hydrogen and oxygen is combined in the ratio 1:2, and the water is going to be generated. And the same thing is going to happen in India, in America, in Antarctica as well. There is no difference in the conclusion. But now, let us try to understand a manager, about him. So, the manager is not dealing with a non-living element. He is not going to combine hydrogen and oxygen. He is going to relate himself with human beings. So a funny example is there just to make you understand the situation. एक मैनेजर है, वो अपने एम्प्लॉइज को ऑब्जर्व कर रहा है, फ्रीक्वेंटली उन पे एक्सपेरिमेंट कर रहा है, कोई चीज अप्लाई करके देखना चाहता है कि क्या कंक्लूजन्स आते हैं. तो माइंड इट, उन्होंने क्या किया कि इंडिया में उन्होंने इम्प्लीमेंट किया, रिजल्टेंट न्यूट्रल आया. वो डांट के फटकार के और कोई चीज प्रेशराइज करके अपने सबऑर्डिनेट से, अपने जूनियर से काम करवा ले रहे हैं. इंडिया में बहुत सप्रेस्ड होकर लोग काम कर लेते हैं. ओके, सेम वो अटलांटिका में गया, वहां पे भी उसने काम शुरू किया और सेम प्रिंसिपल को अडॉप्ट किया. वहां पे भी क्या हुआ, कंक्लूजन सेम आया. So it is not necessary that in India and Atlantica, if the conclusion is same, the same resultant and same behavior will be shown by the person working in America. No, not like that. When he started to do the same thing in America, immediately what happened? The opponent slammed him and revolted against him. And he denied that I am not going to work under you. I am not going to follow you. So now what will happen? What will be the conclusion? The principle will come to an end. That statement, that observation came to an end. It is not going to work. Why? Because person to person, reason to reason, the mindset of the people are different. Level of education is different. Level of understanding is different. Culture is different. Language is different. Understanding is different. So it depends upon the vicinity, the surrounding, where you are, what you want to adopt, what you want to implement, how you are going to implement the thing, how casual you can be, how comfortable you can be, how good working environment can be generated, can be developed in the organization. So although the management is considered to be science because it is also a systematic body of knowledge, the principles of management are based on repeated experiments, deep observation, logical thinking. I agree, but here the feature of management, we say that it is based on the repeated experiment. Yes, I agree. That's same as in science. The experiments are conducted, repeated observations are conducted, and these are based on what? Repeated experiments as the scientific principles. Management principles or managerial principles are also based on scientific observations, repeated experiments. So it also possesses the same feature. But it is not true that it will be universally valid. Scientific principles are universally valid, but the principles which are adopted here may come true, and it is not necessary sometimes that it will hold good in other areas as well, because the culture is different. The economy, when you must have studied in economics that ours is a mixed economy. The economy of India is a mixed form of economy, and in European countries it is a capitalistic economy. So आप समझ सकते हैं कि perception, type, rules, regulations, policies, everything is different. Everything is different in their orientations. So here the perception of business is quite different in that country, and here in India the perception of our countries or our economy is quite different. Both are distinct from each other. So it is wrong to say that all the principles which are implemented in America will be implemented in India and will come true. No, situations are different. Understanding level is different. So when we are talking about the universal validity, now let us try to understand that how far it is similar, same as science in comparison to management. So the fourth point is in the nature of science, that it must be universally valid, universally applicable. So when the scientific principles have universal applications and validity, management principles, I told you, that are not exact in nature, because managerial principles are implemented over human beings, and the response of human will not be same always. अगर simply एक बात करते हैं, in a classroom, if a teacher is going to teach, not a classroom, we are talking about some office. So there are two employees under a senior. So I gave the instruction as a superior and just ordered him that at any cost the thing needs to be done, at any cost the response needs to be created, the output needs to be generated. I don't want to say, listen, no, or negative response from your side. I pressurize. Sometimes in the company situation also arises where negative environment also gets created. Means unwantedly overreaction gets indulged or involved by the superior for the subordinate. Why? Not for the personal issue, for the accomplishment of the goal, for the accomplishment of the task. So one person completed the task and the second person is unable to complete the task. And when the superior asked the second person, what is your responsibility? I have given you the task and I assured you that it needs to be completed immediately. He just threw his resignation letter in front of the person and gave 2 slaps and left away. So what is this? This is the reaction. This is the response of the second person, which is not same as the first person. Why? Because we are human beings. The temperament, there are sensitivity, there is, you say, the feeling of understanding is there. So here, it is not necessary that always the human being will react in the same way as we are expecting. He may be angry due to his personal reasons. There can be multiple factors due to which such a negative response came to him, came to the superior in return, and goal is just unaccomplished, uncompleted. So in this situation particularly, we cannot concretely say that wholeheartedly same result will come, just like science, where 2 elements are when combined will give the same result. Doesn't matter whether you are on the earth, above the earth, in the universe, in the space, the result will always be same, because whenever hydrogen will be combined with oxygen, the H2O will be generated. So this is the difference. Why? Commerce management is the most complex thing. So management is considered to be science, but here in this point, when we talk about universal validity, it is not true. It is not exact. It is not true in the sense it is not exact. Management principles are basically not exact like the scientific principles. So The applications or the use is not universal in nature, same as science. So they have to modify these principles, need to be modified, changed time to time in the aforesaid condition, in the given conditions. So this feature of science is not present in management. Although it is the feature, it is the most significant feature of science that it is universally applicable, but we cannot say, just like science, that management is also universally valid. No, it depends upon the situation, it depends upon the prevailing conditions, and then only we can implement these principles if it is suitable, if it is appropriate. Now, moving towards the last point in this very first, management as a science. Replication is possible. Replication is possible. In science, the replication is possible when we say investigation is occurred, work, independent study is occurred, and any particular resultant is created. Differentiation can be done, replacement can be done. But in case of management, once the manager implements the instructions, gives the command, and let the work be done according to him, it becomes very difficult, very impossible that again it can be reversed back. Again, it can be brought to the same point. For example, suppose I give the order to my subordinates, my juniors, that you have to produce 2,000 units of goods. So once the order is given, my subordinate will do what? Immediately he will start using the resources, utilizing the resources. For what? For the production of the goods. Again, after 1 week, I came back, no, just stop it. Don't continue the production. So if I even say this, if I even give the instruction to my subordinate, is it possible? Is it ever possible that again that finished good will be automatically converted into the raw material? Never possible. So in the field of management, in the field of science, it is possible. Once hydrogen and oxygen is just combined, it will generate water. And if we also want to separate the hydrogen and oxygen back to its position, replacement can be done. Reverse can be done by conducting different processes. But in the field of management, once the decision is taken, once the initiative is taken, once the order is implemented, it's not possible that we can reverse back. Once again, we can make replication, we can make changes. So this feature, the replication is possible in science, but replication is not possible in the field of management. So here we discussed 5 points. And in these 5 points, first point was regarding the systematic body of knowledge, which is present in both science as well as management. Secondly, we discussed about the principles which are based on repeated experiments, deep observations, logical operations. This feature is also present in science and it is also present in management. And when we talk about the universal validity, the feature do not hold good in management, but it is true in science. This means there are only 2 features which we discussed are present in science as well as in management, and 2 features, universal validity and the replication, changeability, is absent in management. So this shows that most of the things are common in management as well as science. So we means the authors consider that it can be considered to be, it can be said to be science, same as science, because it is based on repeated experiments, logical operations, it is based on systematic body of knowledge, it undergoes through different processes, different observation activities, through which the experts come to a conclusion. And this conclusion can be implemented same as the scientific principles comes into existence and comes in implications. Whereas the universal validity is concerned, it is not sure, it is not exact, in nature just as science. Science is universally applicable, but management is not exact, not universally applicable in all the situations. It may be valid, it may not be valid, because the main reason is the principles are adopted over the human beings, and humans do not show the same type of behavior always as per the expectations. Now, this was all about the very first point, very first topic, that is management as science. This topic is already clear, and we will discuss about the second and third in the upcoming class. We have 5 minutes with us. So dear students, if you have any query, any question regarding the very first chapter, as we have already completed this chapter, I think one more class is required for the remaining 2 topics, management as an art, management as a, yes.
सर आप एक बार और रिपीट कर दीजिए ना ये सेकंड फीचर मैनेजमेंट एज अ साइंस सेकंड फीचर प्रिंसिपल आर बेस्ड ऑन एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन
ओके
एक बार और बता दीजिए
तो हमने कहा कि मैनेजमेंट एक क्या है प्रोसेस है जिसमें तमाम 5 फंक्शंस हैं जिनको हम यूज करते हैं विद कोऑर्डिनेशन किस लिए करते हैं एफिशिएंसी और इफेक्टिवनेस को जनरेट करने के लिए ताकि हम अपने वर्क को अपने सबऑर्डिनेट से करवा सकें हमारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का जो गोल है वो हम अचीव करवा सकें कंप्लीट करवा सकें उसका तो यहाँ पे जब मैनेजमेंट की बात हुई तो उसके कुछ नेचर होने चाहिए और इस नेचर में ऑथर्स का अपना अपना राय है अपनी अपनी मत है तो कुछ ऑथर्स कहते हैं कि ये साइंस है कुछ कहते हैं आर्ट है कुछ कहते हैं प्रोफेशन तो साइंस की जब बात आती है तो इसका मतलब कि साइंस के सारे फीचर मैनेजमेंट में रहे होंगे या मैनेजमेंट में है तभी इसको ऑथर्स ने क्या माना कि ये साइंस है तो साइंस का जो पहला पॉइंट था हमने क्या बताया सिस्टमेटिक बॉडी ऑफ नॉलेज तो सिस्टमेटिक बॉडी ऑफ नॉलेज साइंस को कंप्राइज करता है ये आप भी जानते हैं बचपन से पढ़ते आ रहे हैं सेम वे मैनेजमेंट में भी हमें सिस्टमेटिक स्टडी करना सिस्टमेटिक स्टडी मतलब ऑब्जर्वेशंस करने होते हैं कोर्सेज करने होते हैं और हम एक लेवल पे पहुंचते हैं जहां पे सेम प्रोसेस है सेम टाइप ऑफ एक्टिविटीज को हम कंडक्ट करते हैं जिससे कि हमारे पास नॉलेज आता है और हम एक एक्सपर्ट हो जाते हैं जैसे इंजीनियर बनते हैं वैसे ही हम मैनेजर भी बनते हैं दूसरा पॉइंट ये था कि ये लॉजिकल ऑपरेशंस बेस्ड तो साइंटिफिक प्रिंसिपल्स ऐसे ही तो नहीं बन जाते हैं साइंटिफिक प्रिंसिपल कैसे बनते हैं डीप ऑब्जर्वेशन किया जाता है बार बार रिपीटेड एक्सपेरिमेंट्स किए जाते हैं रिजल्ट्स अलग आते हुए भी हम लोग कैरी ऑन करते हैं उस चीज को इंप्लीमेंट करते चले जाते हैं हर सिचुएशन में अलग अलग जगहों पे एक्सपेरिमेंट करते हैं वैसे ही यहाँ मैनेजमेंट में भी हम किसे ऑब्जर्व करते हैं हम केमिकल्स को तो मिलाते नहीं हम ह्यूमन बीइंग्स पे आप इंप्लीमेंट करते हैं और किसी कंपनी कंसर्न को जो अलग अलग जगह पे काम कर रही है वहां पे हम लोग क्या करते हैं ये ऑब्जर्वेशन को कंडक्ट करते हैं तो ऑब्जर्वेशन को कंडक्ट हम किसी ग्राउंड पे करते होंगे ना किसी लॉजिकल लेवल पे करते होंगे तो ये लॉजिकल बेस्ड है लॉजिक बेस्ड है तब जाके जब कंक्लूजन्स बनते हैं सेम रिजल्ट्स आते हैं अब हमने देख लिया कि बलिया में मऊ में और 2-4-5 डिस्ट्रिक्ट में पूर्वांचल में हमने इंप्लीमेंट किया और लगभग हर जगह सेम रिजल्ट आए तो हम मानते हैं कि नहीं ये इंप्लीमेंट करने लायक ये इंप्लीमेंट नहीं हो सकता या हो सकता है अगर पॉजिटिव रिजल्ट्स हैं तो उसी तरीके से बिल्कुल जैसे कि साइंटिफिक प्रिंसिपल्स को हम इंप्लीमेंट करते हैं और उस पर लॉजिकल थिंकिंग करते हैं लॉजिकल ऑब्जर्वेशन करते हैं रिपीटेड एक्सपेरिमेंट्स करते हैं और सेम कंक्लूजन जब आता है हर जगह ऑलमोस्ट मैक्सिमम जगह पे तब हम उसको मानते हैं कि हाँ दैट इज कॉन्क्रीट स्टेट जिसको हम लोग आगे लॉ के रूप में पढ़ सकते हैं वैसे ही मैनेजमेंट में भी हम एक्सपेरिमेंट बेस्ड हम लॉजिकल ऑपरेशन बेस्ड हैं और इनके रिजल्टेंट्स जब सेम आते हैं तब हमारे मैनेजर्स इस स्टेटमेंट्स को एग्जीक्यूट करते हैं कि हाँ ये हो सकता है और जब उसका कमिटी जब बोर्ड है जो लॉ को पास करेगा जो लॉ को फ्रेम करेगा जो इस स्टेटमेंट को लॉ में कन्वर्ट कराएगा जो इसको प्रिंसिपल के रूप में अफर्मेटिव देगा तो वो आगे उसको थ्योरी के रूप में हम लोग को फिर बुक में इम्प्लीमेंट होता है पढ़ाया जाता है पढ़ते हैं मैनेजमेंट में फिर हम अपने प्रैक्टिकल फील्ड में उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करते हैं तो इसलिए मैंने कहा कि ये लॉजिक बेस्ड है एक्सपेरिमेंट बेस्ड है रिपीटेड ऑब्जर्वेशन बेस्ड है सेम इसके भी फीचर्स बिल्कुल साइंस की तरह ही हैं जैसे जैसे साइंस में है वैसे ही मैनेजमेंट में भी सेम फीचर है, इसलिए हम इन 2 पॉइंट्स के आधार पे कह सकते हैं कि मैनेजमेंट एग्जैक्टली साइंस तो नहीं है लेकिन साइंस जैसा है, एज अ साइंस बोला गया। ठीक है, और मैंने इसके बाद और 2 पॉइंट्स क्लैरिफाई किए आपको कि 2 पॉइंट्स ऐसे हैं जहां रिप्लिकेशन इज पॉसिबल, रिप्लिकेशन मतलब चेंजेस इज पॉसिबल, रिवर्जन इज पॉसिबल, किसमें? साइंस में। लेकिन ये चीज जरूरी नहीं कि मैनेजमेंट में हम रिवर्स कर सकते। क्यों? क्योंकि वी हैव लिमिटेड रिसोर्सेज एंड अनलिमिटेड रिक्वायरमेंट्स। सो व्हेन वी हैव लिमिटेड रिसोर्सेज, सीमित संसाधन जब हमारे पास है, and once we are engaging these resources for the sake of production of goods, services or whatever,